Hey everyone, thanks so much for being here. This webinar is a cookbook for social media, particularly looking into the whys and hows of different social media that you can use for your business. Let's get you leveraging social media to get your business the attention it deserves. At this point, you might be wondering, is social media even right for my business? The short answer is yes, definitely. The long answer starts with your customers, the users of your product, or people who need your service. At this point, you have identified that your business needs a website. If you're expecting your customers to spend any time online, or if they spend any time on Facebook or Instagram, or if they read any articles online, then the answer again is yes, social media is right for your business. At this point, social media might seem like this big abstract thing that everyone says you need and you hear about everywhere, but you're not sure what parts of it are right, what social media sites you want to use, and what fits your business needs. Fortunately, we can break it down into several simple chunks, particularly when focusing on social media for business. Let's begin with 3 of the main social media sites that people use that I like to refer to as the big 3: Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. You have likely heard these before and probably used some of them already. All 3 of these sites can be used for personal use or business use. Business use is slightly different for each, particularly for Instagram and especially for Facebook. There are several other types of social media sites that are important to use for your business, including Pinterest, LinkedIn, and Google+. These are good for your business depending on your business needs and what your customers' needs are. While these sites may not have as many users as the big 3, they each reach customers in their own different ways. Pinterest is an ideal space for your business, particularly if you have a lot of visuals or images. This is great for crafts, products, clothing, any sorts of things you think about when looking at Pinterest, like going there to get ideas for what to do with all your old t-shirts or looking for recipes. When you're thinking about why people are going to Pinterest, think about if these people are the types of people who are looking for something your business sells. LinkedIn, on the other hand, is more of a professional space. It is like if you walked into a room full of people in business suits and nice jackets who walked around handing their resumes and interesting professional articles to everyone. LinkedIn is a place where a lot of people will go to look for jobs or to post about jobs. It might be a good place to sell technologies or certain services to businesses and industries who aren't necessarily going to be looking on another social media site. LinkedIn would be a great space for you, for example, to advertise that you have a great way for creating resumes or a new type of software that makes recruiting for new jobs and filling the positions faster, easier, and better for employers. The third other type of social media I want to talk about is Google+. While this site isn't as popular and not as many people use it, I still put it on here because it's an important one to consider. Anyone who has a Gmail account automatically has a Google+ account created for them. While you may not be reaching tons and tons of new clients via Google+, it is important to make sure that your profile looks good and has up-to-date information, as people do occasionally go look for your information on Google+. This goes for all of Google, including Yelp and YouTube. You don't necessarily have to use the sites frequently, but you want to make sure your information is updated. Particularly if you have a physical address on Google, you want it to have the correct address, so if people are searching for you, they will get directions to your location and not to an outdated location. That is a quick overview of Pinterest, LinkedIn, and Google+ for your business. However, I would like to spend more time focusing on the big 3: Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Let's go ahead and start with Facebook. Facebook is probably the most important social media site for your business for several reasons. Just about every business should have a business page on Facebook. There are a few exceptions, but for the most part, a Facebook business page will significantly help benefit your business. Why might you want a Facebook business page? Well, it's a lot like a website, but a lot more interactive. On a Facebook business page, your audience can get to know a lot about you. The Facebook page really humanizes you and your brand, as well as it provides you insights and gives you an ability to build a community and learn about your target audience. It is very likely that the majority of your target audience is also already on Facebook, and so you will be reaching your consumers or potential customers every day by being on Facebook, and give them something familiar that they're used to find and learn about your business, interact with you, and ask questions about your products and services. You can think of Facebook as a storefront, a website, a call center, and many other things all wrapped into one. You can list your products and sell products directly from Facebook. You can talk about your products, advertise your products, talk about new products or any business news, and you can help people by answering their questions about your products or troubleshooting when they're having issues very quickly directly from Facebook. Everything in one location. Facebook is the social media site that's the closest thing to a one-size-fits-all, an all-encompassing social media site, if you will. However, there are three in the big three social media sites. While Instagram was purchased and is now owned by Facebook, it is still very much its own social media site. There is the personal Instagram that you are likely already familiar with, as well as a business Instagram that's been around for a little over a year now. Instagram for Business has a lot more capabilities, including better ways to contact you and analytics for who your target audience is when your users are online and what they're viewing on your posts. With Instagram being connected to Facebook, you can also advertise on Instagram now and run it through your Facebook page. However, Instagram is not Facebook. Instagram is all about images and hashtags. People want to see good images, high quality images, and they search via hashtags. What do people frequently use Instagram for in business? Portfolios and products. This means a portfolio of work, especially if there's services or creating digital work, graphic work, building anything you'd create a portfolio of. Having an Instagram account for that is fantastic. As well as products, you can have an image gallery of all of the products you sell and set up an Instagram store to sell directly from your Instagram account. This is great because you can include images and videos of what your shop looks like, what your process is, and really humanize the whole process of your products and your services for your clients so they get a better picture rather than just a store on a website or looking at a storefront through a window. Hashtags allow your images for your business to become searchable. For example, if I move to a new location and I'm looking for a hair salon, I might search for hashtag hair or hashtag hair and the state I'm living in to find what type of hair salons are around, and then look at a portfolio of the type of haircuts and styles that they provide. Using a good amount of hashtags and doing hashtag research for which ones you should be using, as well as using good quality images, is extremely important for Instagram. But that leads us to the original social media site with hashtags, Twitter. While Twitter does not have a distinction between personal profiles or business profiles, it can be a very powerful tool for business. If you don't believe me, pause this video right now and go Google Wendy's Twitter. If you don't know what I'm talking about, pause this video and go Google Wendy's Twitter and read some of the tweets about what Wendy's is doing. One of my favorite analogies for Twitter is comparing it to a cocktail party. When you go and there's a lot of people there and you hear lots of tidbits of conversation, you might share a few lines or exchange a few words or quotes or images with people, but it's mostly just short little snippets of text, which makes sense because Twitter is only 140 characters. something very unique about them that has yet to be duplicated by another social media site that is successful. As a side note, images and website links no longer count in this 140 characters, in case you were wondering. One of the great ways to utilize Twitter is to include lots of links to your website. Twitter is a fantastic social media site for driving website traffic. Similar to a cocktail party, a lot of people don't go onto Twitter to have long conversations or stay in one place for very long. A lot of people will go to Twitter to check for news, or read articles, or to go talk to companies for customer service. Either way, Twitter is a great resource to connect with your clients as a business. Seeing what type of topics are trending, as well as what type of hashtags are trending, is a way to reach new people with your Twitter account. Oftentimes there will be Thoughtful Thursday, for example, a hashtag that trends frequently on Thursdays. If you have something that you've been thinking about a lot that relates to your product or a service you offer, you could say, have been thinking about switching the color of my X product to be the color of the Y product, hashtag Thoughtful Thursday. Trending topics is very similar to what's trending on the news. If there's a big news story that comes out, it's likely on there, and you can follow this, particularly if it's something that will affect your business or affects your clients. This could be a great way if, say, there is a huge storm somewhere and people are tweeting about it, and you are a contracting company and you can go and help repairs. You can contact people who are tweeting about this event to help them with their needs. Because of the nature of the shortness of the tweets and the popularity of what's happening right now with trending topics and hashtags, things change a lot more quickly with Twitter, and it's a great way to connect with potential customers on a very informal, easy basis. Alright then, so that was a brief summary of the what's and the whys of social media sites, digging more into the big three of Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. But let's move on now to the how, getting started with Facebook. The most important thing to know about Facebook is the difference between a personal profile and a business page. If you look on the left here, this is Sandra's personal profile. A profile is where you'll have all your personal images. A picture of yourself, maybe your family. This is where you list your jobs, where you list information about yourself, connect with friends. With a personal profile, you add friends, and you post on your wall and comment on other friends' walls and post your pictures. Similar in a lot of ways, and yet also completely different, is a business page. A business page is like the one right here on the right for Revitalize Branding. It is a page for your business that will have your logo, your product, your service. If you're an essential part of it, a picture of you like Sandra is here, and your information. The information on your business page would be the similar information that you would put on a website. It will have your about, your hours, your reviews, photos of your products, videos, etc. One of the benefits of a business page over a website is that it's interactive. You can post frequently in ways that will keep your customers updated and be put in front of them when they're on their personal profiles, as well as you can have people post on your business page to ask questions, write reviews, watch your videos, and comment on them, etc. While a personal profile and a business page are similar in the way that they let you post photos and post content, they are different in the way they are used and what type of content they are used for. It is very important that your business is on a business page on Facebook and not on your personal profile. Your personal profile should be kept separate for your personal life and have your business on your page. Even if you are the product, make a business page. If you have not done so already, create your business page for Facebook at facebook.com/pages/ facebook.com/create. The URL is in the bottom of the page here. That will bring you to this creating a page. Facebook for business pages is fairly easy to use, and you can change a lot of things once you have your page set up. However, choosing this selection is one of the things that you cannot change very easily, so it's important to take a few minutes to think about what category your business falls under. Facebook walks you through this process and gives you good information about what each category is. For example, if you're a local business or you have a place, that's pretty easy to select. If you're a brand or product, an artist, a person, a cause or community, these are fairly simple to choose. However, if your business does not fall directly into one of these categories, do some research and think about what you might choose for your business. For example, if you're an influencer or somebody who is teaching webinars, you might go as an artist or a public figure. Or if you're a social media management person, you might go as a company and organization or a brand, just depending on what your focus is. While it's important to think about it, be sure to not overthink it. The subcategory will be what's more important anyways, and that you can change at any time. Facebook often, somewhat frequently, updates their categories and changes what's available as well. So there might be a space for your business later on, or things might change and you'll want to change your business identity as well. Most importantly, just get started by choosing a category, and Facebook will help walk you through the next steps. Once you have your Facebook page set up, you'll want to fill out all of the about information, the contact information, add links to your website, or add your products, depending on what's most relevant for your business. This information can and should be updated frequently. This type of information is a lot like what you would have on a static website. So it stays pretty much the same, but every now and again you might change your About section or update what your current promotions are or add new products. The most important thing with Facebook is what type of content you post. You want to make sure that it's quality content, that it's valuable and relevant, as well as shows your brand. When you're posting on Facebook, you want to include not only the text or copy, but you want to have a rich post. What this means is that you include an image or a link in the post. An image post looks very similar to the one here on the left. It is designed for engagement and has a really nice photo and some text. This would be something that people comment on, share, or like. And when they click on it, it brings the image up as a larger picture. You can add a link to this type of post, but one of the best things to do when you're sharing a link or linking a picture to your website is to paste the link into the box and then add an image, or an image will auto-load from your website to get something that looks like the photo on the right. If you see the photo on your right is horizontal and has a little shadow underneath. When you click on it, it will direct you to the page or the URL that has been pasted into the box. This type of website link post may not get as much engagement, but it's a great way to drive traffic to your website, particularly if you have several pictures of several different products, for example. You want to make a plan of how frequently you will post this type of content. Come up with approximately a weekly plan. If you want to post around 3 to 4 times a week, or if you're posting more to 7 to 10 times a week. I strongly recommend at least 2 or 3 posts a week, but not more than 2 or 3 posts per day. What's most important is that you're giving good quality content that provides value to your clients or potential customers, and that it fits with your brand and is delivering the message that you want to for your company. Some people have the strategy that to post more frequently on Facebook means to reach more people. However, with the way Facebook algorithm works, this usually works against you because it'll view you as spam or won't place your content in front of people. However, if you have good high quality content, even if it's fewer posts, those posts will be placed in front of more people than if you have more lower quality posts. So for old time's sake, you want to call it quality over quantity. You also want to make sure you have a variety of the types of posts that you're posting. If you're trying to get a lot of website traffic, you don't want to post only website links because you want to have people engaging with your photos and posts. The more people engage with your photos and posts, the more people will see them and therefore will click to your website and there's more website traffic. The best thing to do is have a combination. If you have 4 to 5 posts a week, have half of them be website click and half of them be engagement. If you can include video too, especially currently, video is really great at reaching more people and getting good engagement. While good quality images are important on Facebook, and Facebook does own Instagram, the most important social media site to focus on your images is Instagram. The main content of Instagram is images. There can be multiple images, a gallery of images, some videos, there's Instagram Live. Images have captions and hashtags, which are very important. But for the most part, good, high-quality images that are on brand are the name of the game with Instagram. Business pages and personal pages aren't incredibly different on Instagram, other than if you see on the right here, at the very top, there is a contact button next to the edit profile button, and at the bottom, by the website, there is also an address, and a phone number can also go there. The third difference is underneath the name, Tasty Creamery, there is the type of business it is, or its category, which is a local business. Those are the main differences of a business profile from appearance than a personal profile on Instagram. With Instagram being predominantly on mobile, this contact button is absolutely fabulous because if your customer presses the phone number, it will dial you right away, and if they press the address, it will pop up directions to your business from their current location. While this feature is great, the real benefit from a business profile on Instagram is the analytics that come with it. If you look in the top right corner, you'll see the bars and the settings. If you click on these bars, you get to see the analytics behind your Instagram profile. This contains important information like how many people saw your post, what the age group and demographic of the people who are viewing your posts is, where people are located that are commenting on your posts, as well as what time of day they're mostly on Instagram and looking at your posts. Checking this information regularly can help ensure that you're posting the right kinds of content at the right time of day and you're reaching the right people. If you're reaching people who aren't necessarily in your target audience, you might want to consider the content you're posting, when you're posting it, or potentially you have a target audience shift that you're reaching a new group on Instagram. Who you are reaching on Instagram is impacted by the types of hashtags that you're using. You want to use hashtags that are relevant to your business and content, and use a lot of them, particularly when you're first starting out. For the sake of this example, let's continue on with ice cream. Let's say you have an ice cream shop that's a local business, and you've just created a new flavor, a lemon blueberry frozen yogurt. You want to use hashtags that relate directly to the content. For example, hashtag frozen yogurt, hashtag blueberry, hashtag ice cream, hashtag local ice cream shop, etc. Next, you want to include hashtags that are relevant to your location. For example, hashtag local ice cream shop in California, hashtag California, or something slightly more concise. A great way to do this is research what other local ice cream shops and local businesses are doing. For example, if there's an ice cream shop a couple blocks away that's competition of yours, and they use a particular hashtag all the time, you'll want to use something similar, like hashtag FroyoCA, so that you're reaching the same audiences and people in the local area know of your presence. The third type of hashtag that you'll want to use has to do with lifestyle. Think about who's coming to your shop to eat this new flavor of froyo. Maybe hashtag Girls Day or hashtag yogurt after school. You can test out different types of hashtags and see the response you get and find out pretty quickly what's working and what's not working. Good hashtag research is key to ensuring your content is reaching more of the right types of people. Instagram is the one of the big three where hashtags are extremely important. It is not recommended to use hashtags on Facebook, except for in very specific instances, such as for a photo contest. However, Twitter is another great spot to use hashtags. Hashtags are very important on Twitter for the same reasons as Instagram. You want to use the right hashtags at the right time to reach the right audience. However, with the 140 character limit, as with your copy, your hashtags need to be more concise as well. Unlike Facebook and Instagram, Twitter does not have a differentiation between a business profile or a personal profile or page. It's kind of one size fits all as far as a Twitter account goes. You need an email or a phone number and a name and a handle. Your name is what will be listed at the top, and your handle is what's followed by the @ sign. This is the same thing that is on Facebook and Instagram. However, the amount of characters that you can use in your handle and name, similar to a tweet, are limited. If you decide that Twitter is right for your business and you don't already have an account, you can create one by going to twitter.com/signup. You will be brought to this screen where you can join. All you need is your name and your phone number. Your name and your handle can be changed at any time, so go ahead and just find something that's still available that fits with your business. Once you have your account set up, you will add a cover photo, a profile photo, a little bit of about information, and a link to your website. Very similar to Facebook and Instagram. In fact, you probably want to have the same image or something very similar across all 3 social media sites, or whichever ones you choose to use, to help keep your brand image consistent across platforms. Then it's just time to tweet. Unlike Facebook and Instagram, Twitter does not have an algorithm to place the type of content that it thinks that you want to see most in front of you. Twitter is a good place for quantity, and while you still want quality, quantity is more important in this case. Depending on how much information you have, how much content you have created, and how many followers you have, you should be tweeting anywhere from 2 to 10 times a day. The difference with Twitter not having the algorithm is that when people log on at any given point, they're not necessarily going to see your content because it's something that they like to engage with. They're just going to see what's most recently been tweeted. This is also why following hashtags and trending topics on Twitter is so important. If you find a trending topic that is relevant to what your business is, you want to be sure to be tweeting about it so that you're popping up in the news with everyone else. Twitter is all about what's relevant right now. However, you also want to be sure that you're posting good content so that people don't just breeze by it to see the next flashy image or GIF that's on there. Twitter is another space where you want to make sure that you have rich tweets. You can have a tweet that's just text and hashtags, but tweets with images, links, or GIFs tend to perform much better than those without. Twitter is a great place to put a lot of links to your website because it's one of the social media sites that drives a lot of traffic to websites. You'll also want to be sure to be adding hashtags to your tweets that categorize the specific tweet and your business. For example, you might create a tweet like hashtag #FroyoCalifornia that you use in every tweet that classifies your business, as well as using hashtags that are relevant to what you're saying or relevant to the day, such as hashtag Motivation Monday or hashtag #NewFavorBlueberry. As I'm sure you can tell at this point, hashtags are pretty darn important. Let's go over the big 3 in regards to hashtags. Facebook is not a location where you frequently want to use hashtags. In fact, a hashtag on a Facebook post can actually be harmful in regards to the algorithm or it can make you look amateur because most people just don't use hashtags on Facebook. There is a few exceptions because there's always gray areas, particularly in social media marketing with how quickly things change. The main exception that comes to mind for hashtag use on Facebook is when you're running a contest and you want to have people tag their images and posts in regards to your contest with something that is easy to find and searchable. However, I'd recommend avoiding hashtags on Facebook altogether and focus your hashtag energy on Instagram and Twitter. For hashtag use on Instagram, hashtag research is very important. One of the ways you can do this is to find influencer accounts or accounts that are similar to yours in your industry that are doing really well. Find the hashtags that they're using and click on them. When you click on a hashtag, all of the images that have been posted using that hashtag will be listed, starting with the most recent or the most popular and then listing the most recent. At the very top of the screen, you'll see a list of all other hashtags that are frequently used with this hashtag. That is how you can begin to create your list of really good hashtags. I recommend doing this at least once a week to make sure that you're keeping up to date with the trends in your industry. With Twitter, it is good to use about 2 to 4 hashtags in each of your tweets. I recommend 3. One that you use in pretty much all of your tweets that classifies your business, such as the hashtag Froyo California example. One that classifies the specific topic that you're tweeting about, such as hashtag Girls Day. And then one that is more relevant, such as hashtag Yogurt Tuesdays, or something that's more relevant to the current time frame. Anywho, there can and will be a whole class just on hashtag use, just on each individual social media site. However, for now, this is a good overview of the hashtags to use for the big 3 social media sites. The most important thing you can do is just keep trying stuff. Test how it works, use what's effective, and move on from what doesn't work. This advice is true for everything you do in social media, particularly with creating content, including the images that you want to use. While images of your product, images of your company, or images of you are extremely important, sometimes you need to supplement those photos because you're going to want to have a photo, a video, or a link in almost all of the content that you post. Copyright is a very sticky area, particularly when it comes to social media. One good way to avoid this, especially with your image use, is to go to a copyright-free site. 2 that I recommend are Pexels with an E and Pixabay. They have many searchable photos that are of high quality that are free for all kinds of use, including commercial use. You can also search on Google Images by selecting free for commercial use, but just make sure that whatever you're using is not copyrighted or owned by another business. I believe these sites are now also adding video, which is becoming increasingly more popular and more used. Once you have decided what social media sites you want to use, have them set up, and have created some great content, you're going to want to decide next how frequently you want to post this content. With Facebook, I recommend posting at least 3 times a week, and definitely no more than 3 times a day, unless you have a really large following and people are engaging with everything that you post. This is a pretty wide range of how frequently you can post, and it doesn't matter too much as long as you're consistent. It wouldn't work very good if you're posting at least every day to suddenly go to posting once a week. The other important consideration is that you're posting good quality content. With Facebook, it's all about the algorithm. The algorithm is designed to place content in front of people that Facebook believes people want to see. The algorithm changes very frequently, but essentially it will take posts from friends and family and posts from groups, then posts from pages, as ranking order for what types of content they'll put in front of people when they're looking at their news feeds. It also takes into consideration what types of posts the person usually engages with. If it's somebody who watches a lot of videos, but they hardly ever click any links, they'll probably see a lot of video content, but not a lot of link content. Similarly, your content will be ranked by how many reactions, comments, and shares you receive. If you have a post that's receiving a lot of love reactions, a lot of laughing reactions, quite a few shares, and several people commenting on it very quickly, it's likely to continue to get these and grow in its engagements because it will be shown to more people. In contrast, if a post has been live for a while and several people have seen it but nobody is engaging with it, Facebook's algorithm will believe that it's not a piece of content people will want to see, and it will start showing it to less people. Don't worry about it too much, just do what you do with the rest of social media. Try a few things, experiment with different things, see what works and keep doing that, see what doesn't work and quit doing that. Instagram is another social media site with a pretty wide range of frequencies of when you can post. I recommend posting anywhere from 2 times a day to 2 times a week, depending again on what type of content you have and to ensure that you're posting good quality content. If you're in some type of manufacturing business, or if you work at a salon, for example, posting very frequently on Instagram is fantastic because you can take videos of different haircuts, photos of several different styles, and have lots of things to say each day. That leads itself to lots of very interesting posts that show the personality of you, of your brand, and give people a good idea of what the salon is like and what people do at a salon. However, if you provide a service such as accounting or financial advice, you may not have a lot of photos to take around the office or of spreadsheets on a day-to-day basis. This is where having a few posts a week of good quality facts or statistics or information about you, why you started the business, or details about your service and how you can help people and reach their pain points are going to be the high quality value Instagram posts that you're going to want to create. The one exception potentially to quantity over quality will be Twitter. You want to post a lot on Twitter, somewhere between 2 to 10 times a day, provided that you have something to say and have decent quality content. You're going to reach people on Twitter if they are looking at their account when your tweet happens to go out. There are some exceptions to this if they're searching for hashtags or reading a trending topic or looking at your profile specifically. However, quantity is very important with Twitter. I highly recommend using a type of scheduling software such as Hootsuite for Twitter and having a few basic tweets that go out with frequency, including your important hashtags, your link, and some relevant images. Scheduling Twitter ahead of time really helps you get the frequency you need without the headache of constantly having to post on the app. This will also ensure that you have consistent information going out, and then you can tweet more important quality stuff when it's relevant. For example, if you're taking a break on a Thursday from your work and you go have coffee, you're being reflective, and you notice that hashtag Thoughtful Thursday is trending on Twitter, this would be a great time for you to take a picture of your coffee, talk about what you're thinking about, particularly if it's relevant to your business, and add the relevant hashtag to the tweet. Another increasingly important thing to do with Twitter is to also be responsive. A lot of people use Twitter as a customer service platform to reach out to businesses when they have questions or complaints. This is very useful because they can get real-time information and you can communicate directly with the clients to ensure that they're happy with your product and service. To go back to our cocktail party analogy, you can think of Twitter as a networking cocktail event. Perhaps you've gone around and put out several of your cards around the table and information about yourself. But while you're there, you also see a few people who are talking about a problem that your product solves. You'll want to go up and find these people and talk to these people when it's relevant. However, you also want to have your cards and information all around so that people know your product or service is when the timing is right for them. To wrap things up, I have just a few final notes. With being behind a screen on social media, it can be really easy to forget that you personally are talking to your personal customers or consumers. It's very important to remember to be personal and talk to people as if you had just run into them at a coffee shop or you're handing them a bulletin board of information about your business. It is also important to stay active. Having a social media site that you don't use can be more damaging than not having one at all. Nothing makes you look more unprofessional than having outdated information in a place when people are searching for you. So if you do decide to start a social media site, be sure that you keep up with it and keep active on it. This includes being responsive to people. People will leave comments and ask questions and posts. Be sure that you are not only liking these, but responding to them. Even if it's something as simple as, great post, respond, thank you. People like to see that you're responsive and that they can communicate with you. You also want to be sure to not leave questions unanswered. Third, and also very important, is to be on brand. People should be able to see your post and know that it's from you without having to read your name, similar to looking at the McDonald's Golden Arches and knowing exactly what that is. You also want your posts on social on brand because it keeps you authentic. If you're the type of person who's very business oriented, very driven, and works on a very set schedule, you probably don't want to have some really frilly, loosey-goosey, silly posts on Facebook because it's just not your brand, it's not authentic, and people will know. Most importantly, enjoy it. Have fun. Social media is a great tool to help boost your business. Don't spend too much time on it. Focus on your business, focus on doing what you love, and use social media to complement that based on what makes the most sense for your business. I want to thank you so much for taking your valuable time today to watch this webinar, and I truly hope you learned something. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to reach out to me at rihanna@pancakedigitalsolutions.com. This webinar is brought to you by pancakedigitalsolutions.com. There will be a series of webinars particularly focusing on Facebook advertising if you're ready to take your social media for your business to the next level. These webinars can be found at pancakedigitalsolutions.com. Thank you so much. Have a great day.